Greetings, traveler.
Now we're gonna look at a game from XQN. He's had so many rank 1 finishes, not just holding rank 1, but actually finishing the rank 1 player in Europe. XQN is the first player that I studied closely when I got serious and wanted to get better. This is my my original sensei, if you will. So let's have a look at one of his games. I started playing with Bran and going to higher tiers fast, essentially because of XQN. He's got a super fun, carefree playstyle. Varden, Guff, Crag, Jaraxxus. This is interesting, right? Because we just had that question about Guff. I think he does pick Guff in this one, from what I saw. I honestly think that he's more just experimenting here. I don't think he's like, oh, Guff is insane, but I think he looks at the 33% pick rate and he's like, what are people doing? Let me try it. Because I feel like if he's trying to pick the best possible one here, it'd be Crag or Varden. But let's see how XQN navigates the Guff. So he needs to buy tiers. So now he has 1 out of 25 tiers bought, which is just a depressing thought. Let me buy 1 tier out of my 25. Let's go. Now, in the late game, right, when you can buy tier 6s, it's a lot better. Ooh, an extra tier bought, baby. Free tier acquired. All right, so here, there is foul, but our opponent's board was empty, right? Oh, this is cool to see. So he's going for maximum econ here. I think most people would just buy the TAD, sell the TAD, and then maybe buy the 3-1 because it's like, oh, my opponent's board was empty. But he's just going to buy and hold the foul, and he's going to take the loss or, you know, be really weak. And if our opponent is also weak, we can tie or win, which doesn't seem to be the case. But then he just stabilizes next turn, and he keeps the extra 1 gold from the TAD, which is cool. And it's these little things, right? We saw this with the Jeef game as well. It's turn 2, turn 3, and there's already little things that he's doing better. Rewinder, right, gets the money, little OFC. To me, it's the 2 in the middle here, right? That just makes a lot of sense. I don't think leveling is that great, but oh, well, XQN is like, haha, I baited you. I waited with leveling until you would say that. I guess he has TAD and a coin. No, I take it back. I forgot that he saved his TAD, so he's opened up leveling. Oh, we are Guff. Right. Okay. Okay, well, sure. I don't know if I should learn how to play Guff. But I can see leveling when you're Guff. That makes some sense. You do not want to buy too many low tiers. All right, he does lose for it, right? And the 2-5 plus the Naga was a reasonable combo. So I don't think it's awful to not level, but we can see why he's leveling. If you can make the shop 1 unit here, it's actually really good. I think he might do that. Like, you would buy the Honcho then, right? Oh, he's looking at Roar. Oh, but he wants the Battle Cry. Okay. See, I think I would have bought Honcho for that TAD value myself. Because I looked at this too, and it's really good to isolate the 1 minion in the shop, because then you can make your Spellcraft perma. But I think I would have bought the Honcho instead of the Battle Cry. But the Battle Cry gives him some Skyfin value, so it's not invalid, of course. And anytime I disagree with XQN, like, basically for me, it means that I acknowledge that I'm probably wrong. But I also have to see... I can't just look at every one of his plays and be like, yeah, that's what I would have done. Oh, yeah, totally. Because, I mean, then I would have the same rating as XQN, right? So clearly there is some difference between XQN's decision-making and mine. So it's good to acknowledge that whenever it happens. So there is Rewinder Portraits, but we can also take sort of a less directional one where we can have Goldenizer or Goblin Wallet. So he's looking at it, right? He's thinking, do I just go Rewinder here? Bobblehead Guff. Does that matter? Oh, he's looking at it. Okay, it does matter. Maybe he just came to the realization as well. He's like, Bobblehead Guff? I have such a massive brain. Well, the upside of the bobblehead is that it's also free. So he can buy the 2-6 and then sell in tier. But he's actually going full Guff, which makes sense. Okay, so what he's doing right now is he's looking at how many he's left. He's trying to calculate how he gets a high tier minion, right? If he's either going to go for a 5 or a 6 or what he's doing. To me, it seems like we are indeed just going to level and grab that 2-6. And then next turn, ooh, rewarded for leveling first. That is huge. Gets a Phalanx. So right now it does look like we are moving towards buy something next turn and discover a 5-drop. Or you'd have to level, sell, buy... but I guess you could buy a spell that's like a cheap one, because it's tiers, it's not gold. Like Overconfidence, and you have 3 tiers bought, for instance. Alright, so he hovers his hero power and it says 4 left. So he does need to buy a tier 4 card. So Overconfidence would have actually not been good enough. Alright, so he's going to roll, he's going to stay here. So that means we are pulling a 5-drop. These are, honestly, I'm just going to rewind just to see, because this is such a important part of the game to, like, if you want to know, in my opinion, like, what is the most difficult phase of the game, it's this right here. 9 gold, you just went to tier 4, your trinket does not really give you direction other than your shops are better. What do you do with it? Like, these are the turns that, even though XQN has already made many different choices than the average player would have, this is truly where if you were to drop off your average player in this exact position, most of them would be dead within a few turns. And we're going to see, you know, obviously how XQN manages, and he's probably not going to be dead within a few turns. But I really want to emphasize on how difficult this is, because this is freedom. You have freedom to do whatever you want. Do you want to level? Do you want to commit to a type? Do you want to roll for a specific thing? Do you want to just buy some spells to get stronger? You can do whatever you want. It's right there. But that also means that you have the freedom to make a lot of bad decisions. So let's just acknowledge like how difficult this is, and then analyze what XQN does and decipher why he wants to do it. Because that's also why I love these reviews. They help me, right? My previous game, I reviewed Jeef, and my game right after that felt a lot better. I made better decisions. So he's not buying the 8/8 taunt spell. He doesn't want generic power, right? Because that's a spell I often buy if I just want generic power. Oh, I just need to get stronger. Let me buy 8/8 for one of my guys. The same thing with the Menagerie Jug. Okay, so he is leaning into demons. Gets a Mirage guy, but he does not have a big shop right now, and he doesn't have Urzel or anything, so he's not eating much. Oh, but he does have... Oh, there's actually a cool play here. He has 2 Implicators, and he has spell... Yeah, he's doing the same thought, right? So he has the Riff. He can throw the Riff on the Zeddy and do it again, and then double the HP, and then buy a unit from the shop, and then... Okay, he's gonna have slightly lower stats on that one, but it doesn't matter. And then he has guaranteed eat on the... Yeah, okay, cool. All right, I like it. I like it. That is such a cool play. So now he can just buy the pants and have clean money. But Keyboard Igniter does add 2/2 to 4 of his units and an extra stat point here. And normally this doesn't feel so bad to do it because you could still roll, see an extra shop. But obviously he doesn't want to roll now, right? He just made this whole play to isolate those 2 minions in the shop. So very cool play. So at the end of this turn, what has XQN achieved? He's achieved 2 things. He has more direction on his board, right? He's got an additional Implicator, and he's pushed a little bit more into demons. Not committed, right? But he has a little bit more direction. And number 2 is he had a lot of tempo. He had a lot of raw power to his board by going with that play that discovered the 5-drop, big pump on the stats, double the stats in the shop, eat the stats, boom, those stats are now on my board. Emperor, thanks so much for the 2, much appreciated. But yeah, again, right? Ask your average player to do that turn, and they will not end with this board. Now, unfortunately, he does not reduce... Well, he reduces damage taken for sure, but he doesn't take 0. So, still goes to 20 here. Overconfidence would also be interesting to see. Let's see how he evaluates his position here. Oh no, he's guff. He buys that anyway. Oh, that's fun. It's like correct to buy. I was gonna do this, but it's not. It's actually just correct to buy overconfidence because you're guff. Oh, for that reason alone, I could try guff. Probably Pilgrim Pride. That's just a lot of money. So I usually say that if you're gonna play demons, it's generally better to stay on tier 4 for a little bit because a lot of your cool stuff is on tier 4. Okay, it's got to go a little bit faster here, but he still has 60 seconds, right? Oh, he plays the Phalanx first because he might get a brand. And then he could play brand with the Brawler, which is a lot of money. Does that make sense? Oh, he even buys the spell here to quickly check for another brand. He's like, Bran? Bran, are you there? Buddy? Friend? Alright, play the Falcon before we discover, of course. That makes sense. Never brand Baby Rage. He does get money here. Does he level now? You could level, right? Nah, he's probably just, well, he's got 27 seconds. So I'm leveling because I'm too slow. Alright, he agrees. He agrees. So he is Guff, right? So even though we talked about how it's not bad to stay a little bit on 4 with demons to find your Malchezaar, to find your Pilgrim and all that, to roll Percussionist, he did do that, but then he discovered so much money by getting the Tortolan, by tripling the Baron's Brawler, which gave him 2 additional cards in his hand that he can sell, that he was able to find the Pilgrim and still level. So that's really nice. And because he's Guff, being on tier 5 obviously has some positive implication, right? He's going to be able to fill his hero power faster. This is definitely what is going to cause me to try Guff and go 8th, but it's fine. It looks fun. If ooh, we see a brand. Okay, he will buy that pretty much no matter what, I would say. So we have Fishing Rod, we have Tip Jar, we have Chest Set, we have Keychain. It's not Keychain, right? I don't think he's in a spot where a Chest Set makes sense. Oh, I guess he's not buying brand now. I guess he's not buying. Okay, way to go. Way to make me look bad, game. Okay. He's like, he's buying the brand for sure. There's no way. Malchezaar is nice. The 2/6 is nice because we have Moira. So it's literally just free value for our hero power. I guess he's quickly checking what is being sold here, right? Because he needs to make 2 board spaces for Moira and a Battlecry slot. Dreamer is 5 tiers worth. Ooh, we did not Dreamer that. I guess he's just going to be okay if he... there's another one. I was gonna say I would probably have casted it just to get my money to continue to turn, but he's not interested at all. He's like, wait, I don't know. Maybe he forgot. Maybe I should turn on the audio. It's like, did he forget? Or is he just like, nah, bro, Dreamer, I'm using this for premium battle cries only. Okay, so he's now in a spot where he gets a 7-drop every turn, and he's got Moira. Moira or, you know, Bram, it's, oof. Okay, yeah, this makes me think he was not... Ooh, could have played it first, I guess. Yeah, I'm just looking at, like, all these things. Would it be correct to play Felfin first? I guess not, because now he has the pair, and he wouldn't necessarily want to sell. He will play the... oh, right, that unit is so good. Oh, man, my train of thought is jumping from left to right here. The Conjure, or whatever its name is, the one on the far left, has super synergy with Moira because it gives you 2 battle cries because of the death rattle, and then obviously you're Moira, so you have 2 battle cries. And it's so much money! And he has double... Wait, his Felfin is huge already! Holy crap, look at this! He will find a way to play that second Felfin. He will sell some shit for sure, there's no way. Because he's about to go double Demon Discover, double Murloc Discover. And then he can use Dreamers, but it won't give him the Discover stats, right? He will just get more units. So out of the 6/2, and does he just sell the Atrocity? Sanders, Golden Moira? Oh my god, this is going to go into overdrive. He's going to level, I'm pretty sure, right? See, my brain does this too. My brain looks at this as like, I've got so much money, I need to level. It's like, I don't, like... XQ1 is super fast. Oh, he will not play the Felfin and gets rewarded with a triple. Oh, I'll tell you what. He's going to level when he plays that Lookout. Because he wants to hit Murkai. That's why he hasn't insta-sold to Standards, right? And now he's trying to think, is there a way for me to play that other guy first? Yeah. He's looking for Murkai. Tour group. Oh my god. If he finds Murkai, it's a full golden board. It's disgusting. He's looking. He's hunting. He's on the hunt, chat. He's on the hunt. Yeah, he sells the 3/2 for sure. He got a Murgling Burglar. Yeah, just take money. So he's got a Murgling Burglar. And he's already got a coral. Wow, this is actually such a sick transition. He found a bream. If he buys that... Oh, he has the trigger battle cry in his hand, right? He does not, right. Remember when I was saying like, oh, it was like, he doesn't even need more goldens. Wow, the decisiveness. This is actually so cool. Okay, we're gonna watch this turn and then I will bring it back. Oh, this is so clean, so clean. All right. Okay, so we go back here where he's just trying to figure out, okay, what do I need to keep on my board to guarantee that I have a golden Merglin Burglar? So he's just trying to see whether he keeps that Rewinder or not. And he's like, okay, no, it's not happening. Because the Sanders will also golden itself, right? If he wants to guarantee it, of course, right? So he's essentially only getting 2 goldens for free, which is obviously insane. So holding that Dreamer paid off crazy. Like, that was so good. So he goes for Golden Coral, goes for Golden Merglin Burglar, and then the Sanders will also golden itself. Then after that, he can sell the Sanders. He no longer needs it. But when he rolls this second Dreamer, my brain is like, how do I keep the Sanders on my board so that I can do that again when I find another unit to golden? And that is exactly the kind of thinking that gets me killed. Because what he does is he rolls that Dreamer in the shop and he's like, all right, get the fuck out, Sanders, thank you. Because he sees that he has extra money available there, right? And then he can get that Bream as well. Rolls the Belcher, gets a little bit of value from his tour guy, and then here we are. Suddenly we have a golden coral on our board with a golden Merglin Burglar, double Bream counter in the hand, and a golden Moira for good measure. Absolutely insane. It's so well played. Really sick. Hit Moira into Sanders. Yeah, and then Ronsu is like, I could do that if I had his luck. I could totally do that. I would totally be rank 1 of you. Dude, so well navigated. Because keep in mind, this is only a few turns after that point in the mid game where he had so much potential but nothing on his board. Alright. We have a Dracasath, Mecha J. Oh man, that Felfin is growing so big, man. Because he's also Guff, right? So, like that, he's gonna discover so many 6-drops. Right, he's checking, do I not have a dragon on my board? I don't. Alright, another Burglar. Alright, he doesn't need to keep the poison. Something you'll also see is that he does like to keep the Tethys. Just for a little bit of extra cash. Now, he played the second one straight away. I'm guessing that they're still gonna go then, right? Yeah, he's just getting a little bit of drive-by Tethys action. And then that's a golden base skill, which I guess he's going for, right? Oh my god, man. I don't envy this position just because it's so freaking hard to play. He's just like, do I keep Tethys here? Play base skill, buy, get one more pirate, then sell it. I guess he doesn't really have to sell it yet. He could... Oh, he's trying to figure out if he wants to worry about buffs going on to Tethys. Yeah, that's fair, that's fair. He's keeping Murkai on the board. Trying to figure out why. The reason why I'm a little bit confused is I feel like I would have played that golden base skill to buff it and not worry. But wait, is he holding it? Oh god, yeah. I mean, he's so strong that he's like, you know what? I'm gonna hold that golden base skill with my 2 huge Breams in my hands because screw you guys, you're not beating me. I'm gonna hold that so I have more board space next turn. That is actually insane. And it makes sense, right? Because he's just getting a little bit of cheeky extra Moira end of turn. Again, right? When you think about it with hindsight information and you can just sit here, no pressure to finish your turn, no pressure to do any kind of thinking about what am I going to end on, am I going to do this or that. You can look at it and say, oh, that makes sense. But again, how many of us are going to hold a golden base skill in that case? Like, You just play it to see what the discovery is, right? Another burglar. Yeah. Oh, get the other one. Yeah, let's go. He's like, coral, right? It's gotta be coral, yeah. It's like, would you rather just discover what you want straight away, or would you rather just take the long way? Ooh, does he care about Buddy? It's like, do I? Nah, let's not kill me. Let's not kill myself. Okay, so now that he can get both, does he want it? I guess he does, right? Yeah. Because that can still discover the 6th burglar. And that, yeah, there it is. OFC Gaming. Mecha J for money. Now, the question is, does he keep that golden Merc Eye? And does he hold his base skill / coral again? Oh my god, he's making another golden coral. This is actually so preposterous. Does he buy Murky? Nah, he wants money. There is Belcher, but he'll get that from Primal Fins. That's fine. And he might not even really want to keep it. Yeah, he's thinking about, do I even get to keep this golden Murkai? I think he sells it, because I think he wants to end on... It's weird, because he doesn't necessarily need to sell it, but he's not going to have a battle cry on his board either. Right, so you may as well sell it and not waste buffs there. Yeah, he was looking for a card to end on, so I think the Leroy here makes sense. Yep, and right as he sells it for an extra Murloc, because he's like, Leroy, you must have mistaken me for one of those poor boards that needs Leroy. Yeah, I can tell you exactly here what's going through his head, because I do this too, in a lesser version, of course. Here he's thinking, okay, so the reason why I like Leroy is that it allows me to end my board with both of those corals in the hand. So what he's doing right now, right, is he's thinking, man, next turn I'm going to have to sell something to play this Primal Fin. Could I just end on this Primal Fin? Could I just end on a 3-2 and not care? And the chances are that he really, really, really likely can. But he's also like, I'm on 20 health. I win the game for sure. Let me just end on a coral. So the reason why I didn't mind the Leroy in the hand is that you can just end on the Leroy and have both the corals and do that next turn. Now, however, he needed 1 additional gold here to get that scope. And the scope gave him a Primal Fin, which is super worth, of course. It's just, yeah. This is like a little tiny thing that goes through your head in these endgame situations when now he has to sell something he doesn't really want to sell. If you have this setup, you only buy premium cards. Yeah, of course. That's what he's doing. Weird that he didn't put Reborn on the Murloc Demon. This is actually one of the weird things, but that might be the weakest card on his board. So I think that's the one that he's gonna sell. Which is so crazy to say that, because it's got 570 health, and a lot of people play games where their biggest unit never gets to 570. But he's doing so well that those corals are going to be bigger than that demon Murloc. So I think that's what went through his head at the end of the turn, why he wasn't really opposed to playing a coral. He's like, well, I can just sell my biggest unit next turn and it's not a problem. Because it's just so... like the 2 golden Merglin burglars will make such a huge board. Golden Bream? Yeah. Okay. So now he can keep another unit in his hand. Probably a poison at some point. Yeah, Jaraxxus. Man, the Guff hero power is really, really making him infinite here. Alright, it's on the Merglin Burglar. We also have Golden Moira, so honestly, like, more base skill is also just insane later. Just needs the board space. There we go. Panda, so good. There's a Devour, but I don't think he cared. Takes Eyes for another base skill, I suppose. Belcher in the hand. There we go. That's why we don't buy it. We're just going to get it at some point. We're going to get it at some point from somewhere. He can trigger the battle cry on the Panda if he wants to, but I'm not sure if he wants to. I guess Saloon. Yeah. He's going to trigger it anyway. Cast. Taunting is Murgling Burglars, because those are not that big. There's a Spore if he wants to just end on the Spore and not care. Basically what we talked about earlier. No. It's gonna end on the Chonker. Yeah, honestly, these end of the rounds, it's just like, okay, let's just do some stuff. So now that he ended on the other coral, it'll be interesting to see if he just sells one of them or if he just rolls the triple because he's XQN, you know, stay tuned. Oh yeah, man. I forgot that the Moira works with the base skill, right? That's why last turn I was like, oh my god, yeah, Golden Moira base skill. But he doesn't have enough board space to really take advantage of all the spawns, of course. Morg. I guess we're keeping that in our hand. Oh boy. That's disgusting. The game is like, you seem like you're winning. Let me give you another one. Oh, he rolls the triple! Of course! Of course! Of fucking course! Oh, it's number 7. Why not? Yeah, it's like, I don't want you. Get the fuck out. Oh, you hold that in your hand, right? That's 100 extra stats. Yeah, I think you just hold that. That's actually insane. He's like, oh, let me just add another 100 stats for my 2 corals. Holy crap. Yeah, he had to empty his hand here so he wouldn't waste buffs. Oh my god, he throws it away like it's old trash. I think I would just hold it in my hand. But again, right, it doesn't fucking matter. And also, it's not like everything XQN does in these APM scenarios will be 100% correct. I think it's safe to assume that if he does something, it's better than what we think we would do. Although I think for this fungus, although you could still make the argument that fungus in the hand is going to just take stats from Murlocs and that his corals are big enough, right? So honestly, you could very easily make the argument here that he knows that he is not going to lose because his minions aren't large enough. He would technically lose because the opponent has a premium scam setup with, you know, like multiple golden base skill, reborn Leroy bullshit, or some amazing chess set stuff. So he's like, well, I don't lose because my minions aren't big enough. So I could see it. I don't think it really matters one way or another. I think he'd be totally fine to do either, right? He can hold the fungus and have an extra 400 stats on his corals, or he cannot. And I don't think it's realistically it's going to make a difference. But he does have the eyes in the hand for another base skill. And then he can end on double golden base skill with 2 Belchers in the hand, Morg in the hand, Bream counter in the hand. Just disgusting. There's the last coral in the game. He could buy it to end on it and get rid of a burglar. That's probably okay. I don't know if he gives a shit. Sell all the garbage first so the Murloc buffs don't go to waste. No, he does not care. There's the base skill. I mean, we buy that, right? Oh, he's like, do I? Yeah. Yeah, he's still... So now he has Golden Belcher in hand, which honestly is not so bad. Yeah, he doesn't even buy the Devour because it doesn't really make sense. He honestly just rather wants 4 extra gold rather than an extra 180 stats from that Murglin Burglar. Just trying to see his discovery here. It's gonna taunt the Moira because, yeah, it's nice to get your golden base skill value, but if he has 2 golden base skills, he's already pulling his entire hand, so may as well put the Moira to good use where she, I guess we're buying that spellcraft there for funsies. May as well put the Moira to good use where she protects your corals. Sure, get the money, I guess. None of this matters. It's just so irrelevant. Freeze that, I guess. I don't know. That's like a perfect shop if he loses and so much money. We talked about stats not being a problem, but this guy, yeah, demons do get bigger. However, we have double golden base and a shield here, so I don't think we are too worried. Morgul, yeah, even if he does lose, but he's not gonna lose. Yeah. It's just so good, man. GG. So look at the behemoth of an opponent that shows up in the finals. Because you might think to yourself, all this extra teching, is it really necessary? Right? Like when he's doing this well and he's so big, does he need to have double golden base skill, Belcher and Shift in his hand? And the answer is, yeah, he does, because demons are in. And your opponent can have this. Really, really good work as well with taunting the Moira and stuff to keep that Urzel from dying too early, right? Because then that one would have been resummoned. So really, really well done. Yeah, super, super impressive. Boop, 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 boop. GG. All right, let's pick Guff and go ape. Classic.